Well, Plato is certainly up to the challenge of showing that there are three parts of the soul to keep his analogy together between the soul and the state, justice in the state, and justice in the individual. And at 436c in the dialogue, he begins, he says, "Is it possible for the same thing to stand still and move at the same time?" And obviously, the person who he's talking to at this point responds, "No." He says, "But wait, a person who is standing still but moving his hands and head, isn't that kind of a person who is moving and standing still at the same time?" From that he concludes, oh, notice what we're saying is people can have conflicting properties, right? Standing still and moving. If one part of the person is standing still, right, the torso, and if another part is moving. So we found a way of explaining what makes parts a little bit different. That is, one part has a property that the other one has, that has a quality that the other one has. So that's how he proceeds his argument. Then he continues, similarly, if a person has, this is my words, these aren't his, but if you think about it, if a person has conflicting motives, he has different things that he kind of wants to do and he wants to have an ice cream and wants to have a piece of cake. He has conflicting motives. This indicates that he has different parts in his soul. That is, one part of his soul has one motive. The other part of his soul has the other motive, decides on the opposite. So in this way, if we can show that people have conflicting motives, then we would see that the person's soul, which is the essence of the person is made up of different parts. And thus, Socrates goes down this road to show what's going on. And stay tuned, because we talked about Socrates' view of that knowledge is virtue, and that the only reason somebody doesn't do the right thing is because they don't know any better, so they don't need punishment, but rather they need education, because Socrates thought there couldn't be such a thing as weakness of the will. Stay tuned, because I think when we see Plato's account, I think he opens up room for a phenomena that we now call weakness of the will.